Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Long time no see, I know. Today I'm going to do a review and a little bit of a demo on how the shadows perform on the Jaclyn Hill and Morphe collaboration palette. I'm a huge fan of Jaclyn's, but I do not own any Morphe shadows previous to purchasing this. So I was really excited to dig in. So stick around to the end of the video to get the tutorial on the eye look, but for now I'm going to do some finger swatches on the arm. I just prefer finger swatches because it really just gives you an idea of how the color looks. Performance wise, obviously you're not going to be swiping your fingers and blending it out to do an entire look, but that's just my personal preference. So let's go ahead and get started on the review portion. So I ordered my palette on the launch date, which was June 21st, and I'm very lucky that I got one when I did because they sold out, I think, within the hour. So very lucky on that. I spent $38 plus $7 and some change for shipping, which I got it in 2 days, so that was not bad at all for me. You know, I live in the United States. I'm not going to get into the shipping costs worldwide because that's really a personal preference on whether you think that it's worth it or not. But I will say I've seen listings on eBay for $100, even one for $500. Do not fall into that trap, please, because they're going to be relaunching. If it's something you really want, just try to be patient and don't give some vulture your hard-earned money. So that's what I'm going to say about that. So like I said, I got this yesterday. It took 2 days to get to my local post office, but yeah, so I mean, technically 3 days it took to get to my front door. The box looks like this. It has the same foiled print on the front as the palette does, and on the back it has Jaclyn's photo with a little message from her. And inside you get the palette, which is the same color. It's a nice white cardboard. It's a little bit different than their regular packaging. Like I said, I don't have any palettes from them before getting this one, so I can't really compare formula-wise or packaging-wise. So sorry about that. This does have the foil words, Priscilla, words, find them. The foil print on the front, and in the back, it just has a gray lettering with her little initials all over it, which I thought was super cute. It also comes with this little insert. It's kind of like a postcard size, and it has this on the front, and on the back you have all of your shades and shade names. Now when you open it up, there is this little film that comes inside to protect the shadows. I think I'm actually going to save this and write the names on here. That way whenever it's in there, I can actually see the names and have a larger reference right in front of me. I saw someone do that on either Instagram or Twitter. I saw a picture of that and I was like, that's pretty genius. I'm gonna copy that idea and run with it. So on the inside of the palette it says, this palette is dedicated to all my loving subscribers, and it has Jaclyn's signature, and here are the colors inside. You have a variety of matte shades and shimmer shades. These two at the top are pretty similar, but one is more neutral and this one is a little bit more yellow toned. These are a little bit similar, but you know, they have different undertones, so just depending on what kind of look you're doing, it's going to give it a slightly different effect. Now I will say that the shimmer shadows are extremely creamy and buttery. Like you barely have to dip in and swipe and you get really opaque coverage. With the exception of this blue, you will see the swatches. I was so excited for this cobalt blue, but man, you let me down. You let me down. It's workable though. Any shadow is workable if you build on it and if you have the right base. But you know, that one was a little bit kind of meh. There were a couple of matte shades that were a little more streaky than others, but they blend well on the eye. So with that said, I think I'm going to go ahead and get into the swatches and explain that just a little bit further. The top row, we have In Light, Beam, Silk Cream, MFEO, which stands for Made for Each Other, Faint, Sissy, and Little Lady. I didn't have any trouble swatching these. They blended out beautifully. The second row is Creamsicle, Butter, Pooter, Pukey, Hunts, Firework, and Queen. And let me just tell you, Pukey, I know it's a strange name, but it's hilarious, and it actually looks gorgeous when blended with a warm eye. The third row, Obsessed, SBN, which stands for Smoky But Natural, Hillster, Roxanne, Jax, Buns, and Cranapple. This is a dream for blue or green eyes. It is gonna make them pop and scream. But I will say, this row I had a little bit of trouble with the mattes, particularly the colors Roxanne and Buns. Those were a little bit more streaky and didn't apply as opaquely. I had to layer those up a little bit, but you know, they blended out just fine. The fourth row, Royalty, Twerk, Hustle, Meeks, 24/7, Chip, and Mocha. As you can see, I swatched Twerk twice. This is a shimmer finish, but it's not nearly as creamy as the others. As you can see, the first swatch is really, really built up, and the second swatch was just one little pass. The other shimmers only had one pass, so you can see there's a huge difference in that one shade. So, you know, maybe something that they can think about in the future, maybe reformulating that would be amazing, because cobalt blue is super, super gorgeous. In the last row, we have Pool Party, Jada, Diva, Enchanted, Central Park, Soda Pop, and Abyss. Pool Party is a mermaid dream. I absolutely adore these shades. I didn't have any trouble with any of these mattes in this bottom row blending out. They swatched really nicely. There are more pigmented blacks than this one, but it works absolutely fine. So now I'm going to show you how I got to the look that I'm wearing on the eyes. I didn't do face on camera, just the eyes. So I will be right back after the tutorial with my final thoughts.
Go.
So for this look, the shadows that I used blended out so easily on the lid, and all I used was a concealer as primer, and that's it. And that's my normal routine. But they blended out so easily and seamlessly, it was really effortless. $38 is the cost. I used a coupon code which knocked the price down to about $34. But even at full price, if you break it down, it's only $1.09 per shadow. And if you break it down by grams, it's only 66 cents per gram. So that's actually pretty affordable if you live in the United States. Like I said, I'm not gonna get into the debate on the shipping cost. For me, it was absolutely worth it. I will use this palette over and over again because in my opinion, it's really nice. Aside from those few shadows that need a little bit more work, but overall, it's a dang good value. So I'll definitely use this palette for a couple more tutorials. If that's something that you guys want to see, just let me know in the description bar. Make sure you give me a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you next time.